The highly anticipated bout between Jake Paul and Andrew Tate is finally happening, and it's confirmed to take place sometime in 2025. The two action fighters have been going back and forth for years, hinting at a showdown, but for some reason, it was never finalized until now. Ever since the Mike Tyson fight, Jake Paul's business manager revealed that Jake and Tate have been exchanging messages and negotiating to face each other in the ring. And now Andrew Tate has agreed to fight Jake Paul, bringing us closer than ever to witnessing these two square off in the boxing ring in 2025.
Jake Paul versus Andrew Tate, guys, what do you think?
Let's take a deep dive into the build-up to this bout and see what made them both finally say yes to a clash next year. The beef between Jake Paul and Andrew Tate has been simmering for years. Jake Paul, often criticized for cherry-picking opponents, made a name for himself by defeating aging, retired UFC fighters who had minimal boxing experience. His win against 58-year-old Mike Tyson did not go unnoticed by the combat sports community, which has consistently questioned the problem child's choice of opponents. Many have accused him of avoiding real competition. The only fight Jake had against a legitimate boxer close to his age was with Tommy Fury, and we all know how that played out.
Tommy
After losing to Fury, Jake seemed to return to his old habits, fighting semi-retired older opponents to pad his record. While these wins might look good on paper, they hold little weight in the boxing world. This pattern of behavior did not escape the notice of the top G, Andrew Tate, who has been outspoken in his criticism of Jake Paul.
Jake Paul, it's clear to me you are desperate for a reality check. You know what, if I made my money impressing 4-year-olds on YouTube and managed to somehow become a multimillionaire from it, I'd probably live in a dream world.
At one point, it seemed Tate had enough of Jake's antics. He upped the ante by offering a winner-takes-all fight with a $3 million purse on the line.
So this is your offer. $3 million. You put 3, I put 3, winner takes all.
Tate made it clear he was serious, challenging Tate to send him a contract and declaring he'd come out of retirement to settle the score. He even acknowledged that Jake would have an advantage, pointing out his own lack of boxing experience compared to Jake's recent activity in the ring.
If you want to fight and you want to send a contract, send one to me. I will take a few weeks break from living my retired life to kick the living out of a fucking goofy, entitled dickhead like you. You know my name, Andrew Tate. Fucking Google it if you want to know more. Any day, anytime, let's fucking go.
For his part, Jake Paul took every opportunity to throw verbal jabs at Andrew Tate. However, he showed little genuine interest in the challenge, dismissing it as insignificant.
Andrew Tate comes out on a podcast and is talking mad shit about Logan.
Despite Jake's indifference, Tate kept the pressure on, taking shots at Paul's reputation whenever possible. Interestingly, Tate also admitted if they were to fight, he would take the problem child seriously.
Storyline that I'm not so sure he's ready to back up.
I don't think he ever gets into the ring and risks his alpha male appearance to fight me or Logan. Andrew Tate, you're scared to get in the ring with me.
Even with Tate's determination, Jake Paul didn't seem to believe that the top G was serious about stepping into the ring with him or his brother. Jake fired back in his usual style, claiming that Tate was too scared to risk his alpha male image by losing to one of the Paul brothers. In a bold statement, Jake said Tate would never face them because he feared damaging his reputation. Although Jake appeared confident and dismissive of a potential fight, many in the combat sports world believed he was avoiding Tate for a reason. The question lingered, why would Jake Paul duck Andrew Tate, a retired kickboxer who hasn't fought in over 5 years? On the surface, Tate seemed to fit the profile of Jake's ideal opponent: older, inactive, and out of shape. However, there's more to this story than meets the eye. Andrew Tate is no ordinary retired fighter. He is a 4-time kickboxing world champion with an impressive record of 76 wins, including 32 knockouts. To put that into perspective, if you exclude Mike Tyson and compare Tate's accolades with the combined resumes of Jake's past opponents, Tate's achievements dwarf them. It wasn't just the age gap that gave Jake an edge over his opponents. His size advantage often played a significant role as well, but a face-off with Tate revealed something unusual. Tate is taller than Jake, which would give him both a height and reach advantage. Combine Tate's extensive combat sports experience with his physical advantages, and it's easy to see why Jake might view this fight as a risky proposition. Losing to legends like Tyson or Anderson Silva could be easily explained. They are world champions. But losing to Andrew Tate, a retired kickboxer known more for his outspoken personality and cigar-smoking lifestyle than recent athletic achievements, would deal a significant blow to Jake's ego and brand. Many fans speculated that Jake was deliberately avoiding this fight while trying to flip the narrative by accusing Tate of being scared. Whether that's true or not, one thing is certain. This beef has fueled plenty of speculation and added more heat to the rivalry between the problem child and the top G. Their brewing rivalry hit a boiling point when Jake Paul confronted Andrew Tate at an event. However, the top G didn't flinch or back down, standing his ground with confidence.
Nobody's sitting down right now. For good reason. We have not only world champions of the past, we have world champions of the present. Marissa Shields in the building.
Tate eventually walked away from Jake, a deliberate move that many saw as a sign of disrespect, subtly implying that Jake wasn't worth his time or attention.
Nobody's sitting down right now. For good reason. We have not only champions of the past, we have world champions of the present. Marissa Shields in the building.
As tensions escalated, the prospect of a bout to settle their beef seemed inevitable. Despite the apparent buildup, negotiations fell apart and the fight never materialized, leaving fans to endlessly speculate about what might have happened if these two had clashed in the ring. Tate made it abundantly clear that he wasn't just another retired UFC fighter who could serve as an easy target for Jake. He boldly claimed he would bulldoze through Jake if they ever fought. Furthermore, Tate emphasized that he was ready to fight Jake anywhere, anytime, but the situation remained in limbo.
I like him, I understand him. I want to make something clear. I would still kick the living out of Jake Paul. I'm not some washed up UFC fighter. I'm not smaller than him. I would beat the living shit out of him, and if he wants to fight, I'll fight him any day of the week, and I'll fucking wreck him, and he knows that.
As time passed, Jake continued to face older and less competitive opponents, which seemed to frustrate Tate and many fans alike. Meanwhile, Tate's interest in the fight appeared to wane as he turned his focus to other battles, both personal and professional. This led fans to doubt whether the fight would ever happen.
Are you going to fight Jake Paul?
Nah,
Come on.
it would be interesting. It should have happened 3 or 4 years ago when I first called him out, but I have other fights going on, unfortunately.
Tate later declared that he could easily defeat both Jake and Logan Paul on the same night, but he questioned the purpose of such a fight, insisting that money was never his primary motivation.
I'd take Jake and Logan the same night. You know what? It's kind of...
You must be f***ing tempted.
But then tempted for what? I don't need money. I don't need fame. I'm the A side. I'm more famous than them. I'm richer than them.
However, Tate didn't entirely dismiss the idea of a future showdown. He explained that his current legal troubles were his priority, but once those issues were resolved, he'd be open to facing Jake Paul in the ring.
Listen, it's not completely off the table, but as things currently stand, with my Matrix attack, the fact I'm going to end up back in jail, the fact that I want my car collection back, I want my money back. Like, this is another
Bigger fight.
I've got 3 or 4 years of legal battles.
For now, it seems Jake Paul isn't interested in facing Andrew Tate while he's still relatively young and capable. Some speculate that Jake may be waiting for Tate to age further and lose his sharpness before finally accepting the challenge. Interestingly, Jake's business manager, Nakisa Badarian, recently revealed that Andrew Tate had sent text messages about a potential boxing match. This suggests that negotiations are back on the table, and fans might finally witness this epic clash in 2025.
Yeah, I mean, Jake and I actually talk. He's an all right guy.
In a recent statement, Tate confirmed his willingness to fight Jake in 2025 once his legal matters are behind him. He promised to teach Jake a lesson, making it clear that this would be more than just another fight. It would be personal.
Matrix attack, and perhaps if he needs to be taught a lesson, I'll be the guy to teach him.
With both fighters seemingly prepared to step into the ring, fans can only wait to see if this long-awaited grudge match will finally come to fruition. The idea of Andrew Tate stepping into the ring with Jake Paul has money fight written all over it. This matchup wouldn't just be about punches, it'd be the perfect storm of internet drama and combat sports. For Jake, the king of controversy and viral moments, throwing down with Tate could be the ideal way to keep his hype train rolling. Both guys are experts at grabbing attention, so you know this fight would sell like crazy. Whether it's Tate's polarizing persona or Paul's knack for putting on a show, this would have box office smash stamped all over it. Jake's next move is still a mystery, and fans are busy speculating about who he might fight next. With no opponent officially lined up, Tate's recent callouts feel like a power play to grab the spotlight. For the top G, it's a way to remind people he's still in the game. For Jake, it's the kind of headline-making event that could cement his status as more than just a YouTuber who can throw hands. Once they enter the ring in 2024, it'll be way more than just two guys trading punches. It's a battle of two cultural juggernauts. Tate wants to prove he's the real deal in a world that loves to hate him, while Paul represents the modern mix of sports and spectacle, where putting on a show is just as important as winning. And what's your opinion on this fight, fans? How do you think the upcoming battle between Jake and Tate will go? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this.